Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching Channeled Messages. I have a couple of the members here with me also this week, and we are eager to share what the councils want to share with you. Now, remember, for those who have been here before, this is about remembrance. This is certain messages relate to you, certain messages don't. So accept what you resonates with you and release the others. Um, but this is really about journeying into places. It could be different dimensions, it could be different planets, it could be totally different solar systems, different timelines. And it's about experiencing things to bring remembrance of who you are, to raise your frequency, raise your vibrations, and also to awaken some of the gifts that you may have put aside, hidden, um, closed down because of society, however that is, or just remembrance in general. If you do not know how to travel, is no problem with the coordinates that are given. You just need to set the intention to go where we go. That's all. And you will just come with us. There's no need to force yourself. There's no need to really feel bad about it or anything like that. You're not less than. You just have not been trained, or your remembrance has had to journey, how to go traveling has not been opened up. That's all. Now, for those that have never been here before, welcome, and I hope you enjoy it. And we would love to hear your experiences. So if you want to just go to my website, glendasmagicalcreations.com, hit the contact button there, and that email will go directly to me. No one else will get to those emails if you hit contact. If you have any questions, the same place. I will personally be the one to respond or reply. So I would like everyone to then just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. If you can, in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just allow the breath to guide you. So when you breathe in clarity. You exhale confusion. When you breathe in, you bring in just peace. You exhale some fear. Um, However it works for you. Just in is always positive. Exhale is always the negative that's inside of you that you need to release, or that you're ready to release. So now I'm opening the floor to our members. And I have for first set of coordinates, and I am just at a point now where they're going to start taking over, so I will not remember half of what I say. 113, 22, 18, 25, 3, red. Now again, just go with us. And I am on a dragon, one of my dragons, and they're taking me, and we're flying together. And all of a sudden, I am near what I would say is equivalent to a volcano here on Earth. Um, but it's not active. And they put me down, and the the surface, you could see the steam, the heat coming up, but it's not really bubbling. Um, it's just there, but you know that there's heat coming up. Um, there are, for intents purposes, beings around the the opening, basically. And each one of them is offering something to the volcano in honor of the volcano, in honor of the blessings that this volcano has given, or volcanoes in general. Um, Let me see if anybody. Um, yes, there is a being that is stating that the reason they're honoring this volcano in general is because the volcano, although it does erupt every so often and everything else, it has brought life. It has made an island and has created room for other beings to live on. They use the lava for many different things. They use it for uh, creating what we will call pots or bowls, and they also use it to heat up their abodes, places that they are residing in. So they have many uses for the lava, and they are honoring the volcano because it does not erupt foolishly. It erupts when the earth just has too much heat. And instead of exploding the earth or the planet that it's on, and I'm going to say earth just because I don't know exactly where we're at, um, it it just it's like a valve releasing pressure instead of everything exploding. And then the whole planet basically dying because it's all over in pieces. So that is where I'm at. Ladies, floor is open. If you have anything else to add, subtract.
It was interesting. I got a geometric figure of one line vertical and two lines coming out from the base of it. Um, if you connected the lines, you'd have two triangles sitting on its side, if that helps people imagine it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was a geometric representation of the volcano, which I thought was really interesting. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite expecting geometry this afternoon. But anyway, but it's got three legs,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously uh, there's sacredness in the number three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, if you were to connect the lines, you could have a pyramid, which is basically the shape of many volcanoes,
Mm-hmm.
um, maybe with the top flattened out. Um, so I guess that would make it a trapezoid. But anyway, uh, sorry, I don't know where this is going. So like, okay, weird. Um, I see a red sky, but the red sky is not threatening like you might imagine it, the association.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's also very peaceful. I mean, I think when we use the word volcano, um, there's an image of eruption and violence and that kind of thing. But they can also be very peaceful. Most of them are asleep. So if
Hmm.
you think about the environment that the volcano has created, it can be very beautiful and very rich, um, and very seductive in its own fashion.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting.
But I also see waterways coming down the side of the volcano. So this has been a very, very ancient one that, in order to develop the things that you mentioned earlier, Glenda, water obviously had to be very much a part of uh, what transpired.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Very, very interesting. Oof. I'm getting so much, um, like my body is vibrating from the frequency there.
yeah,
Just, um, it's like one of those chairs where you get massages and you're like, it's like, okay, can you work on my back a little more? But yeah, wow. And the beings are a few of them I've never seen before, by the way. Like I don't recognize um, their race, for lack of wording.
mhm.
Um, and I'm hoping that they introduce themselves to me slowly or to us, um, so we could kind of remember. Uh, okay. Now, anything else? Leaf, is there?
Yeah, the volcano is way bigger than we imagine. Most of it's under. I don't know if it's an island and the rest of it is underwater, or if the it's just an enormous configuration of mountain and lava and whatever and in Hawaii, I think it's Mauna Lea, um, is the tallest mountain in the world because it goes like a mile or two deep into the ocean floor.
Mm, okay.
And what we s- the and so the Big Island is just the top of a very big mountain. Um, that's mostly it's that kind of thing. And I don't know if it's this one is surrounded by earth and it but its base goes that deep or if we're also on an island.
Hmm, okay. Let me see if I can.
The beings use tapping as part of their communication. Um, I hear many uh, tapping sequences.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So their language may or may not be different. This might be their internal, if you will, communication.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have a secondary modality for communicating with beings from other dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And while I said that, my fingers are tapping, um, not necessarily consciously. I mean, they're just they are tapping. I do not thinking it. It's just happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they know that we're here in peace. They welcome us. They ask us not to be afraid of some of the rapid changes that are happening on Earth with the weather.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they're saying that um, what's happening is kind of a cleansing process. Um, and although it's painful for many life forms, it is necessary to be able to start the new Earth. And until more of this happens, um, the new Earth will not fully uh, evolve or be represented in a form that most people can relate to.
Okay. Yes, it's kind of needs to clear stuff. I guess, it's in a way clearing stuff, clearing the way to get there.
And in the process, they elevate the vibrational eminences from Earth,
Mm-hmm.
from Mother Gaia, so that she can communicate that to the various plant lives and um, animal forms and whatnot, so that they are prepared and ready for that which will become the rejuvenated Earth.
Mhm. Oof. So I am noticing that each being is putting an offering into the thing. Some are using what would be familiar to us, like, flowers or uh, that kind of thing. But some are offering stuff that in my knowledge of things does not exist on Earth. And it's very interesting because it it kind of is a solid, but then it becomes kind of um like dust. So it's kind of like it comes in a solid form, and then when it hits, it kind of just flicks away and integrates with the rest of the stuff. Um, come, uh, which is very interesting because you wouldn't think
Well,
of something solid just breaking down and.
almost like a phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're singing with the tapping now.
Mm.
And that's part of what's creating the intensity of the vibrations that we're feeling.
Mm.
As my fingers are tapping, it reminds me of playing a piano
Mm-hmm.
because they're not, my hands are not staying stationary. They're
Right.
kind of going up and down I will say an imaginary keyboard just because I don't know how else to describe it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I see them doing the exact same thing. It's not like, they're just going like this. And yet that is creating the notes, if you will,
Mhm.
for their communication. Very interesting.
Very
Now,
joyful quality,
hmm
very joyful.
I did hear for myself to tap my one knee that today has been bothering me, and I'm tapping, and it actually um, is lessening the stiffness, if you may. But I'm tapping it like they are, like they're going back and forth. And as a piano player, I kind of like you said, just go up and down, jazz. Like if you were playing on a piano or a keyboard or in
Mhm.
general. Um, and if you listen carefully beyond the particular, it's like a beautiful tune. Just that we're not used to the communication that way. So for
Yeah.
us, it's a little hard to fathom, but um, it, it's beautiful. And when they're speaking to each other, it could be like two pianos playing or three
Mhm.
pianos playing, and yet they're all in sync.
Mhm.
There isn't a harshness to it or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a harmony, there's a play off each other,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a pickup band, if you will, who's never played before.
Mm-hmm.
They all seem to find their, to use poor term, groove.
Their groove, yeah.
Yeah, um, they find their energy identity with each other. How's that?
Very good. Mm-hmm. Mm.
My fingers have stopped now tapping,
Mm.
and the vibrations are just wow. Um, they're wonderful, and it's like every cell is reverberating with that energy.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like um, in Chinese temples they have that huge gong,
Mm-hmm.
and after the mallet hits the metal dish, um, there's definite vibration that goes
Yes.
through
Yes.
you. It's kind of like that, only softer.
Mm-hmm.
This is an annual festival,
Mm. Mm.
and it's an expression of gratitude. Uh, it's an expression of hope. Um, and apparently,
Mm-hmm.
these vibrations are amplified through the ground to surrounding communities. We may not be able to visualize them, but like a tree is interconnected with other baby trees in the forest, there's a mother
Mm-hmm.
tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, in that this vibration goes out to surrounding communities and beings so that everybody is participating, whether they're present in our view or not.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one went up and down my spine.
And the sky is starting to um, show shades of yellow coming up through the sky portion of
Mm-hmm.
this environment. Um, I think the red sky was their night sky,
Mm-hmm.
and their daytime quote unquote light is now starting to surface.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As we honor the different phases of the moon, they in turn honor the light of the volcano in similar fashion.
Okay. I'm so just so.
So this is just one of the most unusual adventures I think that we've encountered. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Usually, those that we encounter, um, either telepathically or in a light language of some sort, are able to communicate with us. So it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Takes us out of the realm of, I will say, commonness, just because of the language factor. Um, there is no commonness when dealing with extraterrestrials, which is not, not a thing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um,
It's just wordings.
it's
So we
just
could
wording,
understand.
right? Um, and those that we speak to go through. It's easy for them to adapt the communication,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a culture that um, apparently doesn't need to do that. Um, they've gotten by quite well with
Mm-hmm.
adapting communication, and there's a big lesson there. Um, it kind of takes you out of the realm of technology that sometimes we associate with extraterrestrials,
Mm-hmm.
um, whether it's their spaceship or whatever, their healing process or whatever. And this is, I think, what humans would call a more natural. process, in that they're not using the type of tools we've come to expect to see. And it's kind of asking us to reevaluate the dependence that we've come to be dependent on, as far as electronics and other types of devices that supposedly keep us connected. Although it was getting quite bright.
The tapping sets up a vibrational frequency, something akin to unconditional love. And that tends to be very opening to the hearts of these beings, opens to that vibration. And with everybody's heart responding similarly, it's a very peaceful society, because everybody hears that vibration, feels, not only hears it, but they feel it. They feel it there's the sound, but that sound carries a feeling as well.
I'm still now I do.
You're still gobsmacked. Okay, come on.
I'm
sorry.
That's okay. I still see, I do see that there are other beings like praying mantis beings. I do see some Arcturians, uh, etc., some galactics, but I also see some that are light beings in general. They're some are angelic in form, or that's the energy I am reading. So it isn't just the ceremony is not just for, say, galactic. There's representation of everything there. There's even representation of humans. And each one of them is offering something different. Now, not only are the tapping vibrating into a full melody that it's just sounding off beautifully, but it also is, like Leaf said, it also helps us not only to receive but also to enjoy, but also it's like a full circle. It comes in, we experience it, and then it goes back out so someone else can experience their portion of it or whatever resonates with them. And I'm just like, when it hits you, you just basically, at least I'm just la 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 la. Um, and I'm seeing everything, but I'm kind of like just in that space, that full ease, tranquility, peacefulness. That I feel like there's no rush in anything. It's just you exist and you're fully aware what's happening, but also you're not, the tendency of us to do something all the time, it isn't there. It's just go with the flow, um, just let it occur. Um, and it's something very sacred to just be there, be present, and not feel like you have to do something, that you have to rush, or you have to offer, you have to talk, or you have to just being present is suffice.
Mm-hmm. It's akin to the flow of the lava.
Mm,
The energy is already dispersed and it just travels where it's going to travel, and it minds its own sweet. It minds its own sweet peace.
mhm,
It's
mm,
not, doesn't worry about interfering. It just goes where it goes.
mhm, mm, mm.
I see my dragon kind of signaling the other dragons that are around,
Mhm.
giving a signal that it's time.
Yes. Yes, it is. So take one last look, absorb that energy, those vibrations, the whole experience. Um, and from my understanding, they're there, the equivalent of our 14 days. So just in doing what they're doing, basically. Um, Honoring what needs to be honored. Okay, so let's get back in our little dragons. And I say that jokingly around and sarcastic. Um, let's come back to our environment slowly. 5, take a nice deep breath as you start to notice that you're changing atmosphere, you're changing dimensions, you're going through different places, I should say that. Transitioning. 4, 3, slowly coming into your own body or back into your own body. 2, you're aware of your surroundings, but you still have your eyes closed. Just notice what you hear. Do you feel warmth? Do you feel cold? Are you near a window and your sunshine is coming through? Whatever your experiences are in that room where you started from. 1, you fully integrated back into your body. Take a very, very slow, deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just continue breathing there, fully integrating back to yourself, taking the lessons, the experience, the wisdom that you have obtained during this journey. Just want to say thank you to everyone who is here today. And if you're watching this later on, once it goes live and is recorded, welcome. And if anything resonated, please do share this so that others can also benefit. Just want to say thank you. Stay safe, stay well, stay loved, stay healthy, and we love you. Bye.